All right. So, my dear fellow listeners and viewers, good evening once again, and welcome to another edition of Let's Chit Chat with Narine Dat. Let's Chit Chat with Narine Dat is a Canadian initiative with a unique impact. There are a few different ways to listen to us. You can listen to us on the regular dial, that's the radio, 102.7 CKMS FM. You can listen to us on Rogers digital cable for those of you who have the Rogers digital box. And of course, we're also live streamer Chit Chat here, so do take the opportunity to share a page. We ask you to stay with us if you like to learn a thing or two. However, if you're looking for an opportunity to vent out any sort of negativity, this is not for you. Tonight, we are joined by the very talented Ashaay. He has a busy schedule, but he's taking time off his busy schedule to kind of join us here. So Ashaay, welcome to the show. How are you doing tonight?
I'm doing okay, man. How you doing? It's so nice to link with you, Narine. I'm a long-time listener from, I always catch you from jonfromqueens on the YouTube channel. So first time sitting in with you. It's a pleasure to be here tonight.
Awesome. That's awesome. And do know that the pleasure is all ours. We'll take, every opportunity to get to know you and let people know, especially the Canadian folks there, because there are a few different ways for people to kind of listen to us here. I mean, you're an extremely talented singer. We'll get into all of that. And so, it will be a really good chat here. So what we're going to do, obviously we have only you here. And so it is your night here. So it is all about you. And so what we are going to do before we get into the bits and pieces and before we start to share some clips so that people can get to listen and hear some of your beautiful music, we'll take some time to kind of really give, to hear about you. And obviously we would want to hear an introduction. So take your time, introduce yourself to us, let people know a little bit about you. Don't get too deep into the musical aspect because I do have specific questions for you. So take it away. Introduce yourself to us. You can tell us, where you're born, your school you attended, and all of that. Then we'll take it from there.
Hi, good evening, guys. How you all doing? So nice to be on with you guys. My name is Ashaay, and I was born in Trinidad and Tobago, beautiful Twin Islands of Trinidad and Tobago. I migrated to Canada when I was 16. I actually lived in Canada. I lived in Rexdale, Ontario, for a few years, and moved back to Trinidad and helped build a cable TV system, which was Transcable. And I actually worked for, I was a contractor for Graham Cable in Toronto.
Okay.
And, so I went back home and we built the cable TV system and then migrated to the US here, where I currently live in Florida, Boynton Beach, Florida. I live here for the last, I want to say 20 something years now. And I've been, doing music ever since. I was fortunate to be born in a musical family. My dad and his brothers, my dad, he was a professional singer. He sang in the voice of Muhammad Rafi, and may God rest his soul. And he actually, instilled that in us. And his brothers and they, Mr. Vinod Manu, we have Krishna Manu, Kisun Manu, and my brother Daryl Manu. They all, the brothers, they played with some real prominent bands back in the day, and then they formed their own band. So me as a kid growing up around these great musicians and singers, you kind of became part of it, So I was actually born into it, and I took that. I really actually started professionally singing. You start singing to songs, when you're driving and stuff, and then someone hears you singing and they ask you to sing a song, and it's like, oh, you song okay, you should try to do this thing. Your whole family's in it, man. And I was into actually into ballads, rock ballads. So like all those rock, like Led Zeppelin and GNR. So that's how I kind of got into the music and stuff. And I'm doing it professionally right now. So it's a pleasure to be a singer, here in Florida, and soon to be traveling all over the world and sharing my talent with everyone.
Absolutely. Well, thank you for that introduction. I do have obviously a few questions for you, but before I do that, let me acknowledge that John from Queens is watching right now. Thanks, John. We have had John in the show here, and I mean, for those of you who know John, I mean, he has a passion, basically to kind of promote people, right? Which is important. And he has done a lot of great work over the years. And so for those of you who are watching and listening, if you have he does a lot of different pieces in terms of his on his YouTube channel, but particularly when it comes to the singing aspect and so on. If you're watching or listening, and if you want to get your work out there, don't be afraid to reach out to John. He'll make sure he get that job done for you. That's for sure. And John, I want you to know that we appreciate what you do, and we hope that you have that strength and that motivation to kind of continue on. I personally appreciate all the pieces that you do for me. I do my motivational pieces and so on, and it makes a difference. And so do know I appreciate and recognize that. But tonight is about Ashaay, and so let's focus on him. So I wanted to ask you how you got into music, but you already answered that question in your introduction, so I wouldn't want you to repeat yourself. So my next question for you is, what's the most challenging thing for you so far in the musical industry thing?
So the most challenging thing I would say is actually there's not much challenging stuff, but it would be okay. So I'm a business owner, and it's kind of sometimes become difficult to juggle the both of them, because you got to keep your vocals going, and you need to practice a lot to get that going, and juggling my business and doing that. But other than that, there's not much challenges, because once you grab something and you love it with a passion and you keep working at it, everything seems to work out, and you be humble with it, and everything will work out eventually,
Okay. Okay, well, thank you for that. So it looks like you are in a hotel there by the looks of it. Are you walking there? Are you walking around or something? I can see you moving there.
Yeah, because I had to actually move away because we had a crowd just came to the room. I apologize, man.
That's okay. That's okay. That is totally fine. I just wanted to make sure that you're okay.
Yeah.
I thought somebody's attacking you or something.
Oh my God.
So that is totally fine. So it looks like you found yourself a different spot there. So there's
Definitely. This should work now.
That's awesome. Good stuff. Yes. And so for those of you who have just joined us, our guest here tonight is Ashaay. He's an extremely talented singer. I will be featuring bits and pieces, and so you'll get an opportunity, obviously, to hear his beautiful voice. I don't have any. John was saying somebody has a radio on. I don't have anything on my end. So any noise coming, maybe it's from Akshay's end, because he's in a hotel there. So there's a lot happening there. So we will get through this though. So it's not too bad.
Definitely. Actually, you know what? They're actually they're hosting the Formula One race tomorrow, man, and they're making the whole lobby into a pit stop. So, but I'm in a good spot right now. So.
Okay, good, awesome, and I can hear you. So that's pretty cool. Yeah. So what's the I talk about the most challenging piece, but what are some of your favorite songs? I mean, I've listened to some of your songs. Obviously, you're good in what you do, but what are some of your favorites?
So okay, so I as I mentioned, right, Leo, I grew up in the 80s. So I listen to all genres of music. Mm-hmm. And to answer the question, so let me go back to Led Zeppelin. Mm-hmm. And that the Robert Plant, what I mean? Let's go to Guns N' Roses, Sweet Child mm-hmm. O' Mine. Mm-hmm. And then there's so many. There's like Bob Marley. There's Jimi Hendrix. And the songs are like it's so there's so many. It's so confusing to the brain right now. There's Right Here Waiting for You by Richard Marx. There is One Love by Bob Marley. Mm-hmm. And I jumped in when Kumar Sanu came out. He started to sing, and he sang this song, man. He sang this song, Jab Koi Baat Bhi Kar Jaye. Mm-hmm. And I tried to sing it because I incorporated the English into it, because it actually came from an English song. Mm-hmm. And when I sang that song, everyone, they were like, you sing that song really nice, man. You should do it. You sound like Sanu, Kumar Sanu. Mm-hmm. And I started singing Kumar Sanu songs and started to be encouraged by the people to continue singing Kumar Sanu songs. Mm-hmm. So his songs like Ik Ladki Ko Dekha To Aisa Laga. That one. There is a Kisi Se Mujhe Pyar Ho There's a जब कोई बात बिगड़ जाए, जब कोई मुश्किल पड़ जाए. So all Kumar Sanu songs, but those specific ones and the other ones I mentioned, it's kind of being placed in a spot. It's kind of hard to remember all the songs, but there's so many songs that I love. There's Every Rose Has Its Thorn by Poison, a band from the 80s rock band, So those are some of them. But Kishore Kumar sang a bunch of songs that I love also because growing up with my dad and my uncles and they were big fans of Muhammad. My dad sang in the voice of Muhammad Rafi. And my uncles and they sang in the voice of Kishore Kumar. So songs like Dil hai sa kisi ne mera thoda barbadi ki taraf aisa mora. Like those, so all of those songs, all of those songs I did, and those are the songs that I love most.
Yeah. So for those of you who are watching there, Akshay he's in a hotel right now, and he's in a busy spot right now. So that's one of the reasons you may have heard some background noise and so on. But it looks like he's in a safer or better spot right now. So we should be able to get this interview through with no issue. So you're hearing you nice and clear, so not to worry. So I just thought to let people know that you are in a busy spot there, and I appreciate the fact that you actually made the time for this, because it looks like you kind of went there for for an occasion, right? So I kind of appreciate that.
Yeah, of course, you're very important, and I listen to you, and the name is ASH, so it's Ashaay. There's no K in it.
Oh, there's no K in it, right? Yeah, Ashaay. That's right. Ashaay. Yeah, okay, that's right. No K in it. That's right. Good.
That's okay.
Yeah. All right. So what we will do, we'll feature a song of yours, so that way you can draw your breath a little bit, and so people can get to listen to you, and we of course have more questions for you. But for those of you who are watching and listening, I know now it's a kind of a time where a busy time and people are all over the place. There's a lot of people will be watching different times and so on. But do know that there are a few different ways that you can listen to us. You can listen to us on a regular radio 102.7 CKMS FM. You can listen to us on Rogers the digital cable as well, for those of you who have the Rogers digital box. And of course we're also live streaming the Chit Chat here, and of course the replay will be available on jonfromqueens YouTube channel as well too. So you wouldn't miss any opportunity to watch this for those of you who are watching afterward. So let's enjoy this beautiful piece by Akshay, a very nice song done by him, and I have no doubt that our listeners will enjoy.
I'll love you forever. जब कोई बात बिगड़ जाए, जब कोई मुश्किल पड़ जाए, तुम देना साथ मेरा हमनवा। जब कोई बात बिगड़ जाए, जब कोई मुश्किल पड़ जाए, तुम देना साथ मेरा ओ हमनवा। न कोई है न कोई था जिंदगी में तुम्हारे सिवा, तुम देना साथ मेरा ओ हमनवा। तुम देना साथ मेरा ओ हमनवा। जब तक रात देता है हर कोई साथ तुम अगर अंधेरों में नाचो ना मेरा हो चांदनी जब तक रात देता है हर कोई साथ तुम अगर अंधेरों में नाचो ना मेरा and if you missed the train I'm on then you'll be sure that I was gone girl I'm 500 miles away from home away from home away from home I'm gonna go away from home girl I'm 500 miles away from home दिल को मेरे हुआ यकीन हम पहले भी मिले कहीं सिलसिला ये सदियों का कोई आज की बात नहीं दिल को मेरे हुआ यकीन हम पहले भी मिले कहीं सिलसिला ये सदियों का कोई आज की बात नहीं जब कोई बात बिगड़ जाए जब कोई मुश्किल पड़ जाए ना साथ मेरा ओ हम नवा न कोई है न कोई था जिंदगी में तुम्हारे सिवा तुम देना साथ मेरा ओ हम नवा
You most important.
Go ahead. Sorry, go ahead. I didn't hear you.
I made time for you though.
Oh, that's awesome. That's awesome.
I
So
appreciate
earlier
you.
I was asking you about favorite songs and so on. How about artists? As you were growing up, and even now, like, do you have any favorite artists that you really look up to? Whether that be, you know, local level or international folks?
I must say Axl Rose from Guns N' Roses. He's one of them, if I must say, because you kind of get to know their stories and stuff, and the hardship that they've been through, and the successes. They turned that around into the success that they have right now. He's Axl Rose. He's one of them. I have to say Sonu Nigam. Oh my God, Sonu Nigam. You see this this kid grew up into it. It's amazing, man. The way he emulates Muhammad Rafi, and he has his own style. Now he has his own followers.
Yeah,
people who wants to be like him. So you see guys like those guys, and hey, not forgetting Kumar Sanu.
Yeah,
Oh my God. Kumar Sanu brings joy to my heart.
Yeah.
Narine, it's so amazing. He inspires me. It's like this. It's like I could be doing something and I listen to a Kumar Sanu song. I would drop what I'm doing and I'll go in my music room and I would start singing because he makes me want to sing. It's amazing. I try to get that spirit from him, because he has a lot of spirit, man. So I could go on and on, but Kumar Sanu, I must say, it has to be my favorite artist, and growing up as because he changed my life. He put me into this zone, that I can actually take this and run with it because you have to practice. You have to practice. So those guys, they jump out at me as you asked that.
Absolutely. To those of you who are watching, listening, I'm not able to share this live here. Obviously, I'm active on social media, so with the Facebook restriction, I can only share, so many videos and live stream and things of that kind. So if you're watching right now, don't be afraid to share so that we can, have as many people as possible to get to know Ashaay. He's a very talented singer. If you miss it, we will try our best to feature another clip or so. But obviously, we want to take some advantage to kind of get to know him a little bit more, as we mentioned earlier. He is, in a sense, on a little vacation by the looks of it there. But the fact that he made time for us here, I think that's a beautiful thing. It goes to show that he has a passion for what he does. And that's one of the reasons why he made the time to be here. So I do know we respect that. That's for sure. So, I mean, it is my understanding, by the way, that you are working on a few unique projects. Can you share, take your time, can you share with us as to what we can expect from you in terms of your music career, what you're working on right now?
Definitely. So imminently, I am collaborating with Big Rich. Most of the people knows the Funk Clones Factory. John from Queens actually helps me a whole lot. So I, linked with John, and John made that link for me. John from Queens, he made that link to Big Rich, and we are about to start a project that's going to really blow things away. As you know, and people who know me, they know that I stick with the Bollywood style of music, and I respect it, and I respect all kinds of music, because music, what it does to the brain, man, what it does to the soul and the body, it's amazing. So I keep with what I do the best at, and it's going to be a Bollywood remix. And it's going to be crazy. It's going to be awesome. So right now, again, sometimes we focus on a lot of different things at the same time, and it kind of confuses things. So right now, in terms of projects, they are projected projects, but imminently there is the one that I'm working with Big Rich. That it's going to be a big surprise. You guys look for it. The ones who know what I do and how I do what I do, they're gonna really like it, and I hope everyone else would like it too.
Awesome. Well, thank you for sharing that with us. So, when can we expect to kind of see that coming out?
I would say, with all the productions and stuff, I would say right about close to around the ending of the month or so. As soon as we have an idea, because we don't want to rush into this. As soon as we have an idea, I'm going to share it with you, and you can share it with everyone, and I'm going to share it with everyone also.
Awesome. So we are definitely looking forward to that, right? Because I mean, you definitely are a talented individual. Somebody, I thought they were referring to me, but I guess it's not me, because I saw somebody says handsome and talented, so that's you. So, thank you, Shalini, for making that comment there. Let me say hello to a few people. Obviously, I wouldn't be able to see my radio people, but do know, as usual, we appreciate you. That's how we started, and we started 20 years ago on that. Nalini, thank you so much for taking a sneak peek. Farouk, thanks for taking a sneak peek here. We do appreciate you. Chaitram, And we still have obviously John hanging on tight there. And again, the radio people, sometimes I have the tendency to forget because we do not see the radio folks, but do know that we appreciate you very, very much. So one of my favorite questions to ask people when they come in the show here is to share something that they are very grateful for in life. As you would know and agree, I would hope that we live in a world where things can be challenging. It is not uncommon for us to go through challenging times in life. But despite the fact that we have gone through challenging times in life, there are still things we can look back and be grateful for. What are some of the things you're grateful for in your life?
What jumps out at me right now, Narine, is I am so grateful for the love of my family and of my friends. It's crazy amazing the love I get from those guys that make me want to do what I do even better every day. And most of all, I am grateful for my voice, which is very difficult to keep. But you got to be practicing and practicing, to keep that standard. And we should always try to raise the bar. And consistency and dedication, you will always prevail. So I'm grateful for my loving family, and for my dad, may God rest his soul, who gave me that beautiful voice, as I always say. For all my family, my brother, my sister, my mom, all my cousins, my wife, I get a lot of support from these people, and most of all, my voice. And you know what? I have to say this, man. I'm so grateful for John from Queens, man, because I have this talent, and I've been singing for a long time. I've been singing, I want to say, professionally for about 25 years to 30 years. And I never took it to the other level because I've always been into business.
Mm-hmm.
Always trying to make that work. We know in business there are good times and there are bad times.
That's right, yeah.
So I always focus on that. And this year I decided to jump on, and I hooked up with my very good friend John from Queens. Like, then I hooked up with you, and I got the opportunity, and he just started opening up a bunch of doors for me. So I'm very grateful for John from Queens. He's not just only helping me, but he's helping so many people who are just starting. And I remember when I first started, well, I had kind of a little bit of help with the name because my family's named Manu. My biggest uncle, Ojas Manu. Oh my God. Krishna Manu, Vinod Manu, Kishore Manu, Jiwan Manu, and my father, Sona Manu. They had very prominent, they were very prolific in the music, and they were very well known, and they kind of gave us a pass. So we had to stay on that track. So when it came to music, I had a little pass. And then, of course, if I didn't sound good, I wouldn't get that pass. So I had to practice. And my dad was always strict with everything that we did. He was always strict with our academics. He made sure that we played sports. I'm big into sports, and he made sure we try to do the right things that have me where I am today. But the sports talk is for another day, my brother.
We love to have you back for sure. So not to worry about that. And again, to those of you who are watching, listening, I know you probably are hearing, bits and pieces of noise in the background there. But John is in a very, not John, Ashaay is in a very busy area right now. So he's in a high traffic area there. So we're doing our best here to kind of continue on here with the conversation here. I'm glad you took the time to kind of talk about John from Queens, that is, because, and you said something very interesting that he, doesn't only helping you, right? He helps any and everybody who comes along his path. And I think that's a beautiful thing. And I think that's something we should acknowledge. And so I'm glad that you took the opportunity to kind of acknowledge him as well too, because that's important. I think it's a good combination. I think, based on the conversation I've had with John from Queens, you're in good hands is what I'm trying to say. You're in good hands. Right, so that's awesome.
So I performed last Friday.
Yeah.
And it was one of my biggest stages. I don't know how I did it. It's the first time I really prayed before I go on stage. I had the cold, right? And the cough. I don't have COVID. And right about this time, I was performing and praying that this didn't happen. But you know what? I nailed it because I focused, and for some way, I nailed it. I want to say a big shout out for big things to happen. I want to say a big shout out to Privy Promotions. Privy Promotions out of Orlando, New York, and all over.
Awesome. So we are looking forward for that for sure. So I know you have been coughing a little bit at the back there. Are you able to do maybe you've done a little bit earlier in the show? Are you able to do one or two pieces so that people can hear you again? Because because this is the best thing you're doing right now. This is raw talent. Sorry, go ahead.
1 minute, 1 minute.
Oh yes, absolutely.
Thank you.
Yes, you go ahead.
कि मैं बातें करूं नजरों से जो चुप जाए वो उसके लिए आहें भरो इतना हंसी हादसा बस एक बार हो किसी से मुझे प्यार हो का इंतजार हो जिसके लिए हर एक पल दिल बेकरार हो किसी से मुझे प्यार हो girls I've loved before that traveled in and out my door I'm glad they came along I've dedicated this song to all the girls I've loved before जिसके लिए पीछे न हूँ ढूंढे जिसे मेरी नजर वो कौन है क्या नाम है कैसा ये वो किसको खबर महबूब वो जैसा भी हो यादों का यार हो किसी से मुझे प्यार हो किसी का इंतजार हो जिसके लिए हर एक पल दिल बेकरार हो To all the girls I've loved before that traveled in and out my door I'm glad they came along I've dedicated this song to all the girls I've loved before No, 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 no and this one goes out to all you beautiful girls that I've loved before
Namaste. This is actress and model Mahima Kothari from India, and I'm here to spread the good word about the terrific and wonderful John from Queens YouTube channels. Subscribe to John from Queens and John from Queens free on YouTube. You can also follow him on Facebook and Instagram as well. I love John from Queens and I love his entertaining videos.
So, my dear fellow listeners and viewers, for those of you who have just joined us, obviously you're watching and listening. Let's chit chat with Narine Dat. There are a few different ways to listen to us. You can listen to us on the regular dial. That's the radio, 102.7 CKMS FM. You can listen to us on Rogers digital cable for those of you who have the Rogers digital box. And of course, we're live stream or chit chat here. So you want to take the opportunity to share the page. Ashaay, our guest, he's going to quench his thirst. He's going to be right back. He will do a little bit of a live, a cappella piece for us. He's an extremely talented individual. And for those of you who may have missed it, he's working on some amazing, amazing project. You want to really keep an eye out for that. I will encourage you to follow him on social media and stay in touch. You can get to see a lot of his work on the John from Queens YouTube channel. So check him out there as well too. And it looks like he is back. So are you good to do maybe a couple
man.
Take your time. The stage is all yours.
Don't forget to check me out on Facebook. Like me on Facebook. And even on Facebook. So this is a real old school one. I think a lot of people might remember. If I may.
मोहब्बत बड़े काम की चीज है, काम की चीज है, मोहब्बत बड़े काम की चीज है, काम की चीज है.
And it wouldn't be right if I don't do a little piece of Kumar San.
Yeah.
Okay, let me try to choose a nice Kumar San. Okay,
दिल मेरे तू दीवाना है, पागल है मैंने माना है, पल पल आहे डरता हूँ, सीने से क्यों डरता हूँ, दिल मेरे तू दीवाना है.
Thank you.
Excellent. No, thank you so much for that. That's awesome. I know I put you on the spot, but this goes to show that not only you have the passion, but the fact that you are singing without any mic, you're singing with any sort of equipment there and whatnot, and that's your natural voice. It's such a unique thing. You really did that Kamarsano piece so nicely there. That's awesome. Awesome. Good job. I'm sure you were told many times that you're gifted. You have a really great voice, and do know that like that's what I'm hearing. You're definitely blessed, and you have a passion for it, and that's a beautiful thing. You look like you took many years to really build your craft when it comes to the singing, which is a beautiful thing, right? So that is awesome. So as I was mentioning earlier, I'm aware that you are on a vacation thing here, so to speak. So I wouldn't take much of your time. So what I'll do now, I'll give you the opportunity to say any last minute thing you would like to say. Obviously, we are going to keep an eye out to see what's up next for you. So we cannot wait. But I want you to know that we appreciate you taking time off your busy schedule to join us here. That is a beautiful thing, right? So take it away and share anything with us that you would like to share before we wrap it up, because I have to be respectful and mindful that you have other things to go here. Any last minute thing you want to say, you go ahead.
I want to take this moment to say thank you very much, Dr. Narine Dat Sookram, for what you're doing for the earth, for what you're advocating for, goodness on the earth, to stop littering, get rid of the plastics, what you're doing for artists like myself who are just starting out. We can't be more grateful for what you're doing for everyone else. And again, as I tell people, I was given a gift and I'm trying to do something with it. For many years, I've given back a lot I've given a lot to my communities that I've lived in, meaning Trinidad, meaning Canada, and now Florida. And now I'm going, because I'm in a better place in my life now, so I'm going to try to take it to the next level. But things like this cannot happen without guys like yourself. So it's not about me, it's about you guys. And there's so many people supporting me. There's a Sound Tech, Michelle from Sound Tech. She's awesome, man. You know, these guys, there's Chilling with Jake. You know, he does all these videos and all. These guys are awesome, my friends. You know, they're very, very supportive, you know. We have Sunil, we have my cousin Adesh, we have his 2 sons who did the music for me. That Jabakoi Bat was done by Brian Nanlal. It's a big name that's going to be coming out. Brian Nanlal and Brandon Nanlal. These guys are awesome. They are out of this world talented. So now, for what you guys do, you create a platform for us to try to make it in life. And we humbly appreciate that. And last but not least, I want to thank the man, John from Queen, for what he has done for me. I am in total indebted to John from Queens for everything that he has done. And he knows what he has done. And, you know, I could go on and on, but the basis and the premise is you guys make us what we want to be in life sometimes. And we appreciate that. On behalf of all the artists out there and all the people, we thank and may God continue to bless you guys with continued success, health, and strength.
All right, excellent. Well, thank you so much for that. So I know we may have had a little bit of a technical issue here, not major, only because of a little bit of background noise, but I mean, that's what happens when you do a live show, right? So that's understandable. So my dear fellow listeners and viewers, as we are officially approaching the end of tonight's program, I would like to take this opportunity to thank you for tuning in to Let's Chit Chat with Narine Dat. Please remember to tune in to us again next time, where we are going to have another special guest. On behalf of myself and the very talented Ashaay, both of us would like to join together and wish you a great today and even a better tomorrow. We'll talk to you again soon.